Hey everyone, welcome again to my channel. Today I'm taking you back to the Middle Ages with me because at the end of June 2024 I went to a medieval festival called Ter Quabeke, well, medieval encampment actually more, together with a few of my colleague authors. But before we step into our time machine, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome to Quillscene. My name is Megan. If you like things that have to do with reading, with writing, with witchy things, with geeky things, with my adventures as a writer, then you're in the right place. Make sure to click on the magical subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell, because on that way you'll always get a notification whenever I upload a new video. But yeah, Ter Quabeke 2024, let's go back to the Middle Ages. So yes, Ter Quabeke is actually, as I said, a medieval tinted festival. Well, festival not really. It's actually organized by and for reenactment groups. So it's basically one big medieval encampment of different reenactment groups. And for 2024 they decided to work around the theme of what was it? Yeah, old market days, creative market days. So they were looking for, creative people that wanted to come, set up a tent with a booth to also, form some sort of market next to their encampment, so that there was some extra thing to do for visitors. My colleague, writing colleague Mathias Maho, had seen it pass on Facebook, and he had contacted those people, the people who organized it, told them, hey guys, I write books, dark fantasy, in this case, and my fiance, by now wife, also makes candles, and I have other colleagues that are also writing fantasy. Do you think this fits in your market team? And they agreed. So actually on the event itself was on Saturday and Sunday, the 29th and 30th of June. But together with my mom, I went to set up our tents already on Friday. It was a very nice and sunny day on Friday, so yeah, it was a nice setup day. And by then, as we were setting up our tents on Friday, our neighbors arrived, and we found out that were the people from Het Prieltje. It's a couple, an older couple that we often meet at events, and the man of the couple, he worked as a caretaker for Het Prieltje, which is like where I live, an organization slash facility for people who have a handicap. They both do like daycare moments for people, but also like 24/7 care in that facility. The man of the couple, he loves like woodwork, so he like designs his own figures, and then makes them out of wood and paints them and stuff like that. And his wife supports him in that, and together they do a lot of events with a Middle Ages and fantasy vibe. Because a part of the money they make on their wooden figures, they gift to Het Prieltje for, as an extra bit of money for their work as a care facility for people with handicap. And they also have a very cute dog called Coco. He's very cuddly, he's very sweet, he's camera shy, so you won't see him in the footage, I think, but he's such a sweet dog. But yeah, as I said, we went to set up on on Friday, and we immediately were impressed by like the terrain itself, because it was in the castle park Quabeke in Boutersum, which is like small half hour, not more like 20 minutes away from where I live, so it wasn't that far. But back in the day, it was actually like a small castle, like villa, like house that was surrounded by like a big patch of ground where one of the noble families lived. But apparently there has been, from what I have heard, in that family back in the day, some murders and stuff like that. I don't know the entire story. But by now it's actually the city, so the house itself is now the city hall of Boutersum. And the park around it is now actually a public park that can be rented for events like Ter Quabeke. And as I said, Ter Quabeke is hosted by and for reenactment groups that are like the focus on the Middle Ages, because you also have like reenactment groups that, you know, do Scots and pirates and stuff like that, steampunk, but those are the cosplay reenactment groups from, for example, Mysteria. But it was very fun to see because, as I said, the event itself was on Saturday and Sunday from, I think, 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. Yeah, they had like hosted like a parade, kind of like, because it was actually a church moment at encampment that they replayed, like how, you know, back in the day when there was a war raging, or there was a battle and the people went to, you know, the soldiers had a encampment. How did they practice their belief? Because back then people were also very Catholic. So then they like replayed a little church moment along with like the parade with everything, which was cool to see. You'll see a bit of that in the footage. What else can I tell you? As I said, I was there with my mom. So I was there with my books. Mom was there with our stuff from Magical Treasures. Also colleague Jana Bollens, who also writes fantasy, was there both days. Mathias was of course there with his books, and also he brought along the candles from Sparks of Darkness, and he also was the man behind the candles on Saturday, because Emmeline had to work on Saturday, and on Sunday Emmeline didn't have to work, so she was present on Sunday for her part of the boot. As I said, the people from our neighbors, Jos and Ria, and their little dog, well, not little, their cute dog Coco, were also there. And yeah, there was every day a reenactment of the church ceremony, church moment at War Encampment. And apart from that, there were also demonstrations in sword fighting and crossbow shooting. And you'll see it in the footage. Star Wars fans, keep your eyes peeled, because I'm going to set the scene for the people who don't know Star Wars. So there is this iconic scene in Star Wars where you have Obi-Wan Kenobi and General Grievous. General Grievous is like a robot android-like thing. He's a bad guy. He has 4 robot arms, and he has with that 4 lightsabers, because he takes the lightsabers of the Jedi he kills and then fights on with those lightsabers. And there's this iconic scene of General Obi-Wan Kenobi, who is sneaking like around, and he like drops down right behind General Grievous, and he goes, "Hello there," and then Grievous turns around and then in his mechanical voice says, "General Kenobi." It's hilarious. It's one of the key moments for any Star Wars fans. And why is this important? You will see in the footage. There were Star Wars fans among the sword fighters, and at one point, one guy jumped on the back of another guy, and they each took a sword in hand, and they were like, you know, being General Grievous. And then one of the other guys was standing there. "Well, hello there, General Kenobi." We were just, laughing. We found our people there. But yeah, let's go to the encampment. yeah, as you saw, it was a very fun event. It was a different kind of event because the reenactment encampment was like the central part. It was more like a visitor. The visitors also came more for the the encampments and also for the bar that was there, because they had a huge bar and with hamburgers and stuff like that as food, because that is the way that the different groups gather money for their group register, I will call it, you know, to buy new tents, buy new materials, stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of people from around Boutersum who know Ter Quabeke usually come for the food and drinks. This was the first time that there was also a market side to it. So it was very fun to, you know, take part in it. The vibe was different from a fantasy event, but still it was, especially with the backdrop of the terrain, the castle terrain was very beautiful, and we had a lot of fun. We had quite some people who came by to, you know, who were interested in the books, which was a surprise. And yeah, it was a very fun weekend altogether. Sadly, well, not sadly, we kept it dry the entire weekend, which it was very sunny. It was even warm at some point. But as we were cleaning up, because my mom had to drive 2 times, so the first time we like filled our car with like the merchandise, my books, the potions, stuff like that, everything that could fit in the car, aside from I think 2 out of the 3 tables and then our tents. So she drove home, which would take about a good half hour, 40 minutes, you know, to and from, to home and back to the terrain. And I would stay behind and already try to, you know, loosen up the bindings from the tents and stuff like that. And while I was doing so, it started to rain. So we had hoped that we had, you know, that it wouldn't rain while we were packing up, because of course then our tents and everything are wet too. It isn't the end of the world, but that means that when we get home we have to, you know, open the tents again, because otherwise the water can dry up, and yeah, that's not good for the tent sales and stuff like that. So yeah, that was a bit of a bummer, but for the rest we had a fun weekend at Ter Quabeke. And that was it already for this vlog. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up or a comment down below. Your feedback means a lot to me, and it also helps my channel grow. And hopefully I see you guys soon for another bookish, magical, probably on the go video. Bye!